3894. 1-800-505-3894.
PM Show, weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. Once again, Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much, Michael Horn. By the way, for those of us here gathered together, should anybody would like to contact us.
Is there an email address to get a hold of you?
My email address is incoming@crni.net. Incoming@CRNI.
Like a bomb. Incoming. At CRNI.net.
That's correct.
What is your Facebook page?
And the Facebook is www.facebook.com/The Real Fred Dryer.
All right, there you have it.
Yeah. And we want to hear from you. Check our Facebook. We got a lot of stuff going on there. And we hope that we hear from you. It means a great deal to us. Now, as we're talking about the struggle within the Republican Party, the rise of Ronald Reagan and why he was so fabulous and why the GOP hated him, and when they got rid of him, finally got rid of him, George Herbert Walker Bush takes over, and he drives conservatism into the ground. He just took everything that Reagan built up. Everything that America felt good about themselves about, he just drove it right into the ground, and he had an opportunity. The big log that came his way to pull him out of the quicksand was Desert Storm, and he had 87% approval rating, and he blows that because he raises taxes. Read my lips, no new taxes.
And then he raised
1,000 points of light. Yeah, you needed that 1,000 points of light to get you to the airport because you were out of here. This guy was a disaster president, and he blew the greatest president, the coattails of the greatest president we've had in 100 years, easily in the last 100 years. And so Republicanism went down. There was no leader. And there was no individual that would challenge the GOP establishment. So the GOP establishment became very muscular, and it began telling candidates, you're going to do and say what we want you to say. You're not going to say this. You're not going to say that. You're not going to start talking about this thing called American spirit and conservatism. You're not here to sell conservatism. You're here to run the GOP establishment agenda. So shut up and get out there. So here comes Karl Rove after him saving W's life in Texas. And Ann Richards, this woman was dying, and so she was on her last legs. And here comes George.
She was the governor of Texas, right?
Yeah, right out of the Coke bin. And they prop him up and give him a shower and throw a suit on him, and they push him out there, and he starts saying everything that the GOP wants him to say. And Karl Rove said, "Don't worry about it. I got this guy. He'll be the next governor." So he's the next governor. Then he starts speaking Spanish to everybody, and now his business model, compassionate conservatism, taking true conservatism and going across the center line with it and camping out left of center in Texas. And then he does it. He gets reelected. And as soon as he's reelected, Karl Rove goes to the RNC and says, "Hey, I got your boy for the next president of the United States." And the RNC says, "Boy, you're right. He's tried. He's tested. It's a big state. He can deliver tech. Oh, yeah, this is going to be great." So Georgia is the next guy. And there's no vetting of anybody else. No one else was taken seriously. It was just George Bush. Here he comes. The GOP tells its constituents, "Shut up, it's George Bush." So here comes George Bush. And he barely wins, but he wins. Now he's reading books to the kids. The two buildings go down. And from there on out, George Bush, although he did the best he could, and I think he did the right thing on many fronts on fighting terrorism, and many that we'll have to wait and see if they turned out correctly. But he was a disaster on the home front. His compassionate conservatism, and I believe it has a lot to do with a born again reevaluation of his life, saving his family, and is getting off the juice, and now cleaning himself up. And now here he comes. He's all ready to serve the country, and he now goes into a nosedive with conservatism. He is now the laughingstock of the left. He gets reelected, and all of a sudden he's in his last term, and he's taking a bloody beating, and he never comes out and says, just a second. Don't be talking to me about this. Don't start making fun of me, and sticking up for himself and sticking up for conservatives. He never stuck up for it. And under George Bush, is my belief, that conservatism in this country died. And now here we are with another opportunity and another candidate. Let's see what happens now. And we're going to talk about that when we come back. So hold on, folks.
Straight ahead, we continue here. CRN Digital Talk Radio, the PM Show Weekend Edition with Fred Dryer.